This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
Your kids will be saying,
"Please, 5 more minutes. I can't believe I did that."
And,
"Look how high I can bounce."
Spring Free is the world's safest trampoline, the place where stories are made. The innovative design boasts no springs, so you know you're safe. Go ahead and create the greatest stories you'll tell your friends. We're back in stock. Get it while you can. To learn more about the world's safest trampoline, visit springfreetrampoline.com.
Mom, come watch us.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. We're teaming up with Mary's Place again because, well, we got to get those kicks on those kids. That's what we got to do.
Last year was such a great success. We put a ton of sneakers, and they get to pick out the sneakers. That's the cool part. Is like, we give them the money that the Rockaholics have raised, and then they go out with the kids and pick out the sneakers that they want, which is pretty badass.
Yeah, we get that done because the money goes directly to Mary's Place. That's how it works. Last year, we had a goal of raising just $15,000. You guys pretty much doubled that.
I think it was like 36,000.
More than double that. Yeah. I mean,
thanks to the 69 crew, man. Lots of people donating $69 or some kind of some kind of number that included the number 69. Because as we say, when you do that, it's nice.
And we'll be doing that again, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, it starts now.
Yeah. So be part of the 69 crew. Every dollar does count. That's the key. So even if you only have $1, that will help. Please donate today. Go to KISW.com. Donate to Kicks for Kids.
Let's play B-Migs. It's time to play the game. Yeah. So everybody scream his name. B-Migs, don't be a loser. Whoa! B-Migs, you're a loser.
It is time to be Migs, but it is Wednesday, so there may be a whacking.
Whack it.
Let me see everybody do their Mr. Wacky then. All right.
Whack it.
Steve was Mr. Wacky earlier today. Squeaked by with the win. So good job. It was close. Super close. We have to see if BJ can call upon his new champion to try to take on Steve. We've got Jesse in Federal Way. Jesse, are you there?
I'm here.
Excellent. All right, Steve, get out of here. For those playing at home, Jesse will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. Jesse, you can pass all you want, but you'll only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Ready.
Featuring Nick Cannon, Wild 'N Out was a 2005 show that originally aired on what cable network?
MTV.
Yes. Lake Champlain is located in Vermont and which other state?
West Virginia.
No.
Massachusetts.
No.
Delaware.
No. What is the 4-letter name of the groundhog in Groundhog Day?
Pass.
What does the C stand for in the TV network CBS?
Central.
No.
Cable.
No.
Pass.
Who directed Robin Hood Men in Tights? Wow.
Pass.
Who co-starred alongside Pam Dauber in the sitcom Mork and Mindy?
Wow.
I know.
You are killing me.
I know.
Pass.
Who is Posh Spice Victoria Beckham married to?
David Beckham.
Yes, the USS Nautilus was the first of what type of nuclear-powered vessel?
Rev, you're awful.
These were just not your wheelhouse questions.
No, you're awful.
You know what?
She's right. You are
I'll
awful.
take the hit on that one, Jesse. Unfortunately, not your day. You dropped a deuce.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
and I realized that as I was asking the questions, I'm like, you are not going to get this. Jesse's not your age group.
Way too young for this, S.
Well, Steve, he has to do Marge then.
Oh, Steve, you have to do this under Marge because you're probably going to win anyway.
Oh, Rev.
All right, here we go.
All right.
Upping the difficulty for Jesse here. Steve, are you ready?
You're going down, Jesse. I can't. It's a hard one on the voice.
I know, I'm very excited.
All right.
Featuring Nick Cannon, Wild 'N Out was a 2005 show that originally aired on what cable network?
MTV.
Yes. Lake Champlain is located in Vermont and which other state?
I've been there. New York.
Yes. What is the 4-letter name of the groundhog in Groundhog Day?
Oh, Phil.
Yes. What does the C stand for in the TV network CBS?
Oh, that would be C. Central.
No.
Cable.
No.
Columbia.
Yes.
Nice.
Who directed Robin Hood Men in Tights?
Oh, Mel Blanc.
No.
Steven Spielberg.
No.
Homer.
No. Who co-starred alongside Pam Dawber in the sitcom Mork and Mindy?
Robin Williams.
Yes. Who is Posh Spice Victoria Beckham married to?
I winked at him once. David Beckham.
Yes.
Hello.
The USS Nautilus was the first of what type of nuclear-powered vessel?
Torpedo.
No.
Bomb.
No.
Spaceship.
No.
Torpedo.
In what decade did the show 60 Minutes premiere on TV?
The 60s.
Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Congratulations,
Yeah.
Marge. You win 7 to deuce.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jesse.
Good game.
Yeah. Well, you try again, and hopefully we'll get some questions that would, be a little bit for somebody your age as opposed to somebody who's 80.
Yeah. A little bit on the older scale on those ones.
Man. Yeah,
Jesse, is your husband's name Logan?
Oh, she's gone.
Oh.
Okay, someone just texted and goes, that's my wife, Logan.
Oh. Well, Logan, you know what? She tried.
Yep, she did try. And maybe have her go watch some Mork and Mindy and some Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Yeah. Really?
That sounds kind of mean to me.
Those are some good comedies. Very solid comedies right there.
Mork and Mindy, I agree.
Yes, Robin Hood Men in Tights was very good.
Okay. I get news. When was the last time you guys watched Mork and Mindy? Yeah, it
4
doesn't
hours
hold
ago.
up.
I watch it every morning, BJ.
Yeah, it I don't think it holds up. It was great for the time, but I think there's just better Robert
is it on
Williams
right now?
I thought it was like on maybe like a Nick at Night, but that might not even be now because
on demand.
Oh man,
Not even down
so.
I'll watch it. And
Like
give
if it's
you
on like Hulu, like Golden Girls or like MASH and stuff like that, I would totally watch it.
Yeah. I mean, that's because I hate to say it, buddy, but
it's on Pluto, which is
Pluto
free.
TV, yeah.
Oh,
free.
Pluto TV, yeah. My weird smart TV cable has Pluto TV.
Xfinity, I believe, has Pluto TV on it as well.
Right on.
All right, Mork and
Pluto.
Minnie.
Yep.
Or Mindy.
Mork and Minnie.
Good old Mork and Minnie. How you doing, Mork and Minnie?
So who directed Robin Hood Men in Tights? Smarty
Was that
Pants?
Mel Brooks?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
You're super close, Steve, when you said
Brooks.
Mel
I said
Blanc.
Mel Blanc. Oh, my
Yeah,
God. I thought I
you
said
did
Mel
say
Brooks.
Mel Blanc.
Nope.
Yeah.
That's not my fault. That's the Marge impression.
Oh, okay. We just lost in the
Steve meant Mel
translation there.
Brooks. Yeah.
I look, and I don't mean to put anybody. I just feel like even Mel Brooks's humor is kind of like it's dated. It doesn't mean he's bad. It's just that I'm not sure it fits today because what his idea of what was funny is just our whole society has changed. But I mean, he's definitely one of the best, comic movie makers ever. Comedian, whatever you want to say.
I grew up watching that movie, and I still to this day love it. And if I get a chance to see it, I will watch it.
We're men in tights.
But I think I watched it in Spanish, so I don't actually know the songs.
That's interesting. I'd watch it in there.
Well, you got to watch it in English then, Vicky, and see if it holds up.
Right?
The only other one you missed there, Steve, that you got to was the USS Nautilus was the first type of what type of nuclear-powered vessel?
Oh, ship.
Yeah, well...
It's a nuclear vessel.
No.
Submarine?
Submarine! I mean, if you said ship, I would have had to say yes.
Yeah.
But
I'm not. No, a submarine. I don't think is a ship.
No, I don't know if it is.
A submarine. I don't think counts. No, I don't think it counts as a ship.
I don't know.
A ship sails above the water, and a submarine is a different thing. Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard. I mean, look, somebody in the world of Navy or whatever is the proper military branch can let us know if that's true. I just
weird.
never heard them called ships before.
I mean, they do submerge, but they still also float above the water because how the hell do you get in and out of the damn thing?
True.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's why I won't fight you on this because I'm not an expert. Maybe they are called ships. I've just never heard people call a sub a ship.
Well, yeah, I'm glad that I put vessel
It's a nuclear vessel.
Oh, and I forgot, going back to Robin Hood Men in Tights, Carrie Elwes. Or Elwes.
Yeah.
Is in that guy from Saw.
Yeah. And his famous line for that, he was one that he was a Robin Hood that actually spoke with an English accent. Because we had Kevin Costner before that, who does not.
We always have to take a shot at Kevin for that, which I guess he deserves it.
Well, Prince of Thieves was a fun movie, but yeah.
And according to the U.S. Naval Institute, so when you're trying to compare between boats and ships, a boat can be carried by a ship. So that's what makes it a boat. If you can't carry another vehicle, vessel, whatever, then you're a boat. So if you're using that same logic, a submarine, if you can carry a ship or a boat, is a ship.
Vicky, I'm still going to wait for somebody in the Navy to tell us what the hell's going on.
So their website, U.S. Naval Institute, is garbage.
Well, it's just the idea that, yes, a boat and a ship both float above water, and a submarine is submerged. A submarine doesn't carry another ship. I just don't know.
The above guidance submarines are technically ships.
Oh, well, all right. There you go. If that's what it says in the U.S. Navy site, that's all I guess. Yeah, torpedo definitely is not a ship. That I know. But you know what, Steve, though? You can still fire one and that's a cool thing. It is time for Listeners on the Loose. This is where you pick the topic, you guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. We got your calls, we got your texts at 917 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. And whatever it is you want to talk about, make sure you do obey Steve's rule.
And that's to show some energy and bring it, BJ. Otherwise, we're going to have to gong you. And then say goodbye.
Goodbye, old friend.
206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Let's go to Kevin in Puyallup. Kevin, you are on The Rock.
Hey, BJ. How you doing?
Well, pretty good, Kevin. What you got for us today, buddy?
So I'm a retired Navy submarine veteran, and I was just calling because I thought I could help settle your question.
Oh, between a submarine being a boat or a ship or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah, so submarines are considered submersible ships.
Okay.
So it is a ship. Even though it goes underwater, it is still a ship.
Yeah! The only thing wrong with that whole thing, Kevin, is that makes Vicky right, so I would like to disavow any knowledge of this.
You know what's so funny, though? Because we got Kevin, on there, and then we got some text that says, I'm a prior submariner. Submarines are not referred to as ships. Another person said, I'm a former Marine. No submarine is ever called a ship. Traditionally, they're called boats. But then another person says submarines are called ships. It's funny how polarizing it is, even with people who are in the know.
So submarines are, even by everyone in the submarine community, they are referred to as boats, not ships.
But technically.
Because ships, like BJ said, are on the surface of the water, and submarines are not on the surface. We are below. And submarines, the structure on the top of the submarine that sticks above the water when it's in port is referred to as the sail. And since submarines have a sail, they're referred to as boats. But technically, the submarine is a ship.
Well, that is all so clear as mud. Because you used to call them, they used to call the German subs U-boats back in the day, which is like for underwater boats, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. All right, well.
So it says that we're at a shipyard and a submarine's considered a boat, hence the term U-boat for underwater boat.
Okay, but Kevin and Vicky did cite that according to Navy regulations, it really is more of a ship than a boat.
So everybody's right.
Yeah. Well,
we all get the participation trophy.
Yay. It's like GIF and GIF. You see, the thing is that, Kevin said that it started as a ship and somebody decided to start calling it a boat. And next thing you know, GIF and GIF. That's what it is. All right. Well, I'm glad we worked that out. And if it makes Vicky wrong, I support it.
We got a text from Dan in Renton that says, I hear KSW is doing Kicks for Kids again this year. How long will we be taking donations to try and reach that $40,000 goal? I ask because I want to join Steve's 69 Club. I want to donate $69 on the 6th and the 9th of August. Thanks for being awesome. Dan, you rock. And
good call.
You absolutely can, because I believe we're hoping to do our Kicks for Kids Day, which will be, of course, our day of craziness on the 20th of August. So we'll be doing this for a little while.
Oh, so that'll work.
Yes. So you can do $69 on the 6th and the 9th and join the club. You can do it now, too. Join it in 3 times.
Woo, do it. All right. I like this plan. 206-421. And by the way, go to KISW.com to donate for Kicks for Kids. And again, it all helps out the kids that Mary's Place goes and puts shoes on everybody. All the money goes to Mary's Place. Let's go to Brandon in Marysville. Brandon, you are on The Rock.
Hola, DJ.
Hola, Brandola. Don't forget the Men's Room Afternoons right here on The Rock. What you got for us, buddy?
All right, so the other day y'all were talking about what you couldn't believe happened in your family.
Oh, how about yours?
This was back before I was born, like the early 80s. My dad and my grandpa were in the same unit in the Army together, and they were doing a live fire exercise, which meant using real ammunition. And my dad was a gunner on, like, I think like a tank or a Humvee or something, and almost accidentally killed my grandpa.
Oh, damn. Yeah, you say accidentally. Did he have any issues with your grandpa? Because sometimes those son-father stuff, you know, I mean.
No, because I learned this in basic training. That's the story. But what happens is when you're a gunner, you have someone who basically, you know, has the binoculars and looks out for you and tells you where to shoot.
Okay.
And my grandfather was his squad was supposed to storm one bunker, and my dad was supposed to shoot the other. And the guy who told my dad where to shoot told him the wrong one, the one that my grandpa was about to storm.
Oh, damn. Oh, that would have been horrific. Wow. Boy, talk about like you got to get your job right. Jeez. And that's pretty wild that your father and your grandfather all, like, they served together. That's wild.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, geez, you know, I haven't heard that much before. You know, usually one is done by the time the other one's in there doing his thing. Wow. Thanks for the call, Brendan. Dude, that's, you know, oh man, that's just scary stuff. The amount of friendly fire stuff that sometimes happens in the military. Boy, is that scary. Damn.
You got a text message that just said, Migs, we got Wenberg. Go, Crack, go.
Huh?
That's right. Oh, you got another.
What? What's
today's free agent frenzy, because all the teams are signing free agents in the NHL, so it's just bonkers right now. It just opened up, so all the official, you know, all the hey, we're going to sign you once things open up. Now everything's opening up, so now they could do all that. And the Kraken just signed Alex Wenberg from Florida. Really good player. He's 26 years old. He's going to be a center. Well, he is a center. Had a pretty good year last year. He just keeps getting better each year. So I'm pretty excited about that. I think it's like a 3-year deal for $4.5 million a year.
Okay,
but he should be one of our top centers for the team. He'll be a goal scorer. So that's a good sign. Like what we said, I feel like we're going to be signing a lot of forwards during this free agent time. And a lot of the guys that we picked up in the expansion draft either are going to be guys from minor leagues or you know, some third and fourth liners, but we're going to start getting our goal scorers now in the free agency.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Those guys do seem to get protected with any kind of expansion draft. You don't see too many of those guys getting let go.
Yeah, so Alex Wenberg, new member of the Seattle Kraken.
I know you're excited about this, but I can't believe you're not surprised by the trade moves by the Mariners. The deadline is where we're fighting for a wild card. How come you're not surprised, excited about that?
I'm sour from yesterday, man, with the trade that happened.
I know. I'm being sarcastic.
Like, is the team fighting anymore?
They're fighting themselves.
Yeah, put up the white flag on that one.
They're fighting with their general manager.
Yeah, I mean, geez, that is, what are we, I don't know, maybe a game we're probably like
half a game out of the wild card spot, according to one texter.
We're a half a game out of the wild card. Yeah, because Oakland did lose again yesterday. Half a game out of the wild card, and boom, we get rid of our closer. Arguably one of the best relief pitchers in baseball.
Yeah.
And we get rid of him, which is not what you do when you are a buyer at the trade deadline. So, and they picked up this dude from the Pirates who's okay, but, I don't know if he's going to give us a lot of W's. They say he pitches a lot of innings, which will help out at least in the bullpen from being stressed. But then you go, all right, yeah, we want to give the bullpen a little relief, and then you get rid of one of the best pitchers in your bullpen. Okay, great. So I don't know what the Mariners are doing. That's sad.
As we said earlier, it's no longer CS Rise, it's CS Demise.
Yeah, CS Demise. Wow.
You're good at these.
Thanks to Poto.
They should have T-shirts that just say that.
I don't know if they'll sell those. Right?
I'd buy one.
I feel like some of the players might too, based on their anonymous conversations with the Seattle Times and other people.
Yeah, that's the disturbing thing. When the players are on record or, anonymously basically pissed off, you got a problem. You really got a problem. And the front offices, I wouldn't be surprised if someone's going to have to be a sacrificial lamb, unless they target some players and get rid of them too, who they think are the big mouths. But that's not good. You just don't hear players do that. They usually just, keep their mouths shut and go with the plan, whatever the team's trying to do. But this did not sit well with a lot of Mariners players.
Someone just texted, I saw you guys got the cookies. What's your favorite crumble cookie this week? Yeah, we just put it up on the BJ and Mig social media pages. But yeah, we did get some crumble cookies, BJ.
Yeah.
And they are amazing.
Yeah, go ahead. Just glow.
They also gave us this cool little apparatus that you can cut the cookie in 4 pieces just by slamming this thing down and breaks it up
that's
in 4
cool.
pieces, which I thought was pretty awesome.
It's perfect.
That's exactly how I like to do. You get samples. See,
Yep.
they made that for a person like me.
They have a tool now for you to use that you don't have to use a butter knife.
So, and you guys thought I was crazy, and someday the
Well, we
donut
still
community
do.
will do the same.
We still think you're crazy. Well, with the donut one, you just cut it in half. So at that point, you just use a knife.
Yeah, but if they could come out with an apparatus, they could put them in quarters. That'd be great.
Might I recommend the strawberries and cream cookie?
Absolutely my
good.
100% favorite I've ever had from them.
Wow.
It's like biting into heaven.
Absolutely. It's one of their lighter ones, and it's literally my favorite birthday cake made into a cookie.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a chilled vanilla cookie with fresh strawberries and a ring of whipped cream, BJ.
Wow.
Mine was the sea salt toffee.
That was my second favorite.
Oh,
That's a good one.
Any sea salt type of thing with sweet was just delicious.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, sea salt's popular, that's for sure.
And the peach cobbler was pretty fantastic because it comes in a little tin.
It's a tiny pie.
It's so cute.
Is it really? That's a little tiny pie.
It's literally it's an itty bitty pie.
Yeah, you have to pop it out of the tin pie thing, and then you cut it and eat it.
Wow, that
and
is.
go, that was good.
That was good.
And shout out to the cake batter one. That was delicious as well. They're all good.
Right, they're all amazing.
good, but yeah.
You're giving everybody a shout out there. Okay. Well, it's Crumble Cookie, which, Marysville and Puyallup, and they have a new place opening up
Body
soon?
Lake is going to be opening up, I believe.
I did some looking around. Like if you type in locations, like in Google, there's supposedly one in Linwood, and I think it's coming soon.
Okay, well, that's nice.
closer.
I mean, it is a little closer. Still, Linwood's a bit of a drive for me.
It's
This
what,
text
20
says,
minutes? You're
that
fine.
tool you're talking about, Steve, do you mean a cookie cutter?
Yeah.
Yes.
Which they sell on the website, by the way.
These are things? I never knew this existed.
They have a black or a pink cookie cutter.
Yeah.
Are they the ones who invented this, or have cookie cutters existed for a long time?
I would have to think not, because it seems like a simple design.
Well,
but our mind was blown when they brought one in, so...
Hasn't that phrase been out there, cookie cutter, in some way when you're trying to say some...
I think that cuts the cookie shape.
Yeah, that's how they make the shapes.
This
like
breaks
if you
into
do
4
Benjamin.
equal sized pieces.
Oh, good point.
But you could say like cookie cutter houses, which means they're all the same. So then maybe it's like cookie cutter pieces.
Yeah, this isn't really a cookie cutter texter. I mean, it cuts cookies.
Cookie splitter.
I mean, no, it's literally called a cookie cutter on their
Yeah, it's
website.
cookie cutter, Steve. Sorry.
Rev, let's not bring facts into this argument.
Don't come at us with logic.
Yeah, sorry, buddy.
Thought I had them.
Yeah.
Fine texture, you're right.
And I love they deliver it in a box. It's like a donut box.
Party
too,
box.
because it's- Yeah, the party box
Nice
is pretty
pink
awesome.
big box.
And you cannot lie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Crumble cookies. Please
Gig
crumble.
Harbor
come to-
too, according to one texter.
Oh, nice.
How about Bellevue? What do you say, Bellevue? You don't have room for crumble cookies? I know there's some openings in that Bellevue Square.
All
They've
you
got
got to do is make a road trip, man.
or all Bellevue Square's got to do is realize they got some empty places. Put cookie crumble place in there. Crumble in there. Put crumble cookies in there.
Crumble's got sweatbands. I think I need one of those when I eat.
They got
my cookie.
socks, too.
All right.
Ooh, sweatband.
So I'll take Factoria at this point. If they don't want to go to Bellevue Square, I'll take Factoria. That's fine. I'll even travel to Crossroads. Come on, East Side. Come on, America. All right, it's you pick the topic. It's you guide the show. It's listeners on the loose. That's what it is. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. More of your calls and more of your texts at 933 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Your kids will be saying,
Please 5 more minutes. I can't believe I did that.
and
Look how high I can bounce.
Spring Free is the world's safest trampoline, the place where stories are made. The innovative design boasts no springs, so you know you're safe. Go ahead and create the greatest stories you'll tell your friends. We're back in stock. Get it while you can. To learn more about the world's safest trampoline, visit springfreetrampoline.com.
Mom, come watch us.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
Are you thinking about selling your home? With Orchard, you can skip the hassles of listing a home and go straight to getting an all-cash offer. It's simple. Once Orchard determines your home value, they make you a cash offer. Then, when Orchard sells your home for more than they paid you for it, you keep all of the profit. Maximize your earnings and minimize the stress of selling your home. Visit Orchard.com to see how you can get an all-cash offer. Orchard, it's the new way to home.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. Listeners on the loose, you pick the topic, you guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Brittany in Tacoma, you are on the Rock.
Hey, guys, how are you?
Great. Oh, pretty good. Brittany, what you got for us today?
I don't mean to be a downer, but, like, part of my childhood literally passed away yesterday. Joey Jordison passed away in his sleep at 46 years old, and Slipknot was, like, literally... They saved my life in middle school, man, because I'd come home and I would just throw on Subliminal Verses as loud as possible and just, like, drown everything out. So, Joey Jordison is the freaking man.
Such an incredible drummer, man. And just, I mean, when I saw that yesterday and everyone was posting, at first I had to, do it. Like, what? Hold on a second. At first I thought, is he back with the band? Because you see the pictures. And then all of a sudden you read what's going on. You're like, oh, that's terrible, terrible news.
Yeah, and I immediately thought of Steve because I'm like, dude, like, I don't want to go see him on Saturday and bring him down on the show, but I want to at least talk to him because you're the only drummer that I know. So.
No, for sure. Let's chat about it for sure on Saturday. I'll be up in Bellingham. But yeah, terrible news. Terrible. I mean, he's such a great drummer. And we got to meet him a couple times, Slipknot's done a few Pain in the Grasses in the past, and I remember just being around him backstage. He had such a cool energy to him, and you're reading all these great things about other bands, from Metallica to Anthrax to all these like bands that probably he idolized and looked up to when he was a kid, and they're all just speaking the good word about Joey. It seemed like he left such a great legacy behind.
I feel like he really revolutionized and mainstreamed the double bass.
That's tough. I feel like Lars, there's been other drummers that have done it, but he had a different style, which I think they call like a blast beat type of a style to get nerdy drummer talk. But and that was like the first time you were hearing that kind of a style on, mainstream media, whether it be, music videos or radio or whatever it may be. His style of drumming was definitely different than drummers before him.
Well, and you even go back to his stuff back with Wednesday 13 and stuff, and it was like, I think he was playing the guitar at that time. He wasn't even drumming, and he was still absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it's a bummer.
Well, Brittany, sorry to hear that news, obviously, but it is obvious that he meant a lot to you in your life, and it's always cool to have something like that. So, I mean, that's the one good thing to know, is that somebody was loved when people are, so affected by their passing. That's at least good news for him and his family. That's a tough day yesterday for metal fans, because then you also, I got a text from someone that said, hey, and apologize, we already talked about this, but I want to show some love for two epic musicians. Obviously, we just talked about Joey Jordison, but also Mike Howe, who was singing with Metal Church. He had a couple of singers, but he sang with them for a little bit, then left, and then came back, and he passed away the night before yesterday, and that was also just a bummer of news. And then the person who texted this in, James and Renton, shared a great story of how much of an influence Joey Jordison had on him wanting to play the drums in his drumming style. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, those. I mean, you just got to love artists, man, and the people they touch. That's always a beautiful thing. And, a lot of times these musicians, man, they give up a lot to give us their art. They really, really do. I mean, this, it, Steve. I mean, it's a struggle to be successful. And, a lot of musicians don't ever get to the level of, Joey and Slipknot. And they still, heart and soul they give to a lot of folks that love their music. And just such his style of drumming. Every time I listen to Slipknot, you're just like, what the hell is he doing behind the drums? I'm like, there's some crazy ass going on with what he does. Very creative. He's absolute talent. Yeah. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. It's listeners on the loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show. A few people have been texting in about LeVar Burton. One person want to know, did any of you guys catch him on Jeopardy? And if so, what'd you think? Yeah, I forgot that he was on, but I've been seeing a lot of people posting about it, but I have not yet seen an episode. And thanks for reminding me again, because I need to record one and just see how he's doing. From what I heard the first time, it seemed like a lot of people were talking about just how nervous he seemed at first. But I got to imagine that's very nerve-wracking to host Jeopardy. Yeah. Some people were very disappointed in it. And then other people on the flip, you get polarizing comments on Twitter. I don't watch Jeopardy, but I guess he got upstaged, though, by somebody who scored the lowest recorded score in Jeopardy history. So nobody's talking about LeVar Burton. All eyes went on. A bunch of people watched Jeopardy to see LeVar Burton because there was such an outcry for it. And then he was one-upped by one of the contestants for being so stupid. Yeah, the guy ended stupid in Jeopardy terms, so he's still smarter than all of us.
He ended Double Jeopardy with negative $7,400.
Wow. Yeah, that's bad.
How is that even possible?
I could do it.
I believe in you.
Wow. Yeah, if this guy wants me to take that record, I can easily take it from him.
I'm with you on that, Steve. I'm surprised. It really surprises me more people don't do that badly. Wow. That's pretty bad, though.
Someone even wrote on Twitter, it's like, wait, did I and probably a lot of other people just tune in for the first time in a long time to watch the lowest recorded score in Jeopardy history? Wow. If so, I feel even worse for that guy.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. That is really bad.
Yeah, you can't be like, no one probably saw it, man. No, a lot of people saw it. A lot of people wanted to see LeVar Burton, and you just... You put on a show, a clinic for everybody.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to have to try to catch a LeVar Burton episode. I mean, everybody's rooting for him. I never thought about the possibility that he might not be good for the job. I don't know why. I just assumed, oh yeah, everything LeVar has done, he'll be perfect. But I mean, if he gets in there and he just doesn't do a good job, what are you going to do?
What if the pressure's just too much for him? He just realized that everybody wants him to do it, so he just freezes.
It is very hard to host a game show.
Oh, yeah. Well, you, of course, I mean, you...
How would you know?
Wow. That just happened. Is that a slight humble brag on that one?
No, it might be.
All righty.
So for all the hoopla about LeVar Burton hosting, I feel like he's not doing all that great. Doesn't seem comfortable as the host of Jeopardy.
Yeah, that really saddens me because I want him to be great, but... I don't want, you can't force it. He's either got to be good at it or not. So, wow.
Somebody on Twitter really rooting for LeVar Burton to be great as Jeopardy host, but Sweet Baby Moses, this is terrible.
Sweet Baby Moses.
Wow. I didn't realize Sweet Baby Moses was brought.
Baby Moses there.
Sweet Baby Moses.
Okay, well, got to give him more than one show. I'm going to give him more than one show.
Well, he's on until Friday.
Okay, good.
Yep, all's a week.
I'll record tonight's Jeopardy and see how he does. Damn. Okay, LeVar, come on. We're pushing for you. Come on, buddy.
Don't put more pressure on the poor guy.
Yeah.
He's got enough crap going on.
206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Listeners on the loose.
Somebody just texted. I wonder if you guys have been watching the new Netflix series for He-Man, Masters of the Universe. The animation reminds me a bit of Archer.
Good call.
I've just seen the trailers. I haven't had a chance to dive into it. I'm hoping to do it this weekend, but a lot of people are pretty stoked on it. It seems pretty good.
So you really, it's interesting because I've seen a lot of hate on the internet. Well, I should say Kevin Smith is basically commented a lot on the hate on the internet.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people, because it's not necessarily focusing solely on He-Man. It's about all of the characters. So some people are kind of poo-poo pants about that. But
it's probably like the He-Man fan club.
I don't want to spoil anything because I have watched it. I watched.
Oh, you really?
Yeah. Because as soon as I saw Kevin Smith's post, because he was posting about doing a table read for Clerks 3, and mentioned that I should be sad considering everybody's taking a dump all over Masters of the Universe, and. Yes, Rev. It doesn't focus completely on He-Man, and I'm going to be vague because there are some people that might want to watch this now, and it's different. That's the thing. It's very different because let's be honest, He-Man was just a really. I mean, I don't know. It was not a very deep cartoon selling products.
Yeah, it was a giant infomercial for dolls.
Yeah,
totally. Action figures, and I bought it hook, line, and sinker, and loved the show.
And Kevin Smith and also the other writers, because Kevin wrote the first episode, but he's also an executive producer, they decided to try to make this a story and try to give the characters depth. And they've got a lot of great voice actors. Lena Headey is in there, and Dennis Haysbert, who we know, hey Jobu, and I'm trying to think of the dude that oh my gosh, some Game of Thrones people are in there. There's another Game of Thrones guy in there. The
Arrow.
Liam Cunningham.
Yeah, he played
Justin Long.
Yeah, who did he play? Justin Long is in there. Yeah, Sarah Michelle Gellar is also a voice in this. So they got a lot of good people doing this
Henry
show.
Rollins.
Yeah, he's Triclops.
Really? Yeah. He's Triclops?
Yeah,
that's cool. Who's Ram Man?
Ram-Man.
Yeah.
Looking.
If Ram Man's not in it, man, I'm not watching.
Well, they got Merman. So
they got Merman too?
Yeah, I haven't seen Ram Man in it yet. And the thing is that. I mean, Kevin has made a story. Kevin and all the writers have decided to make a story, like a cohesive story that has an arc and everything based on these dolls and, this show that didn't have a lot of depth. And I don't know, Rev. I don't know how many people are digging it, but I know there are people that aren't digging it. I have never really watched much of the old Masters of the Universe and He-Man. I never watched any of it. And I thought, he's done a pretty good job. I really actually care about these characters.
Well, one person said it's called Masters of the Universe and not He-Man. I liked it.
See, that's what happened.
Right,
I think a lot of folks forgot that, it's not He-Man. You're right, Steve. That's exactly true.
Do you think, how does He-Man's agent feel about this? That like,
He-Man's agent is
top billing to now just part of an ensemble show.
I have a suspicion.
I'd be pissed.
I have a real suspicion, and it would be spoiling the show, so I'm not going to say it, but I have a suspicion that this is just because, well, there are certain people that are the stars of this show. And because of the certain people that are stars of this show, I've seen this in other shows that I watch, people are getting butthurt. And to me, well, I just feel like it makes you look lame to be butthurt because certain people are stars of this show. That's all I'm going to say. And if and maybe we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it later. I will say that there's supposed to be 10 episodes and they've only dropped 5. So there's going to be some resolution beyond what we've seen.
So it's a Master Universe on Netflix. It's epic. Not what I was expecting, but I'm glad I'm watching it.
Yeah, I really liked it.
I could kind of slip it in while we're watching cartoons because Tatum doesn't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah, she might dig it.
If I just switch Remy and Boo, you want another episode? This is a special episode where they fight.
Yeah.
And then I just...
Steve, remember, this is how it starts. You're going to have to start collecting He-Man action figures and all the play sets and everything.
I can get all my action figures back.
Yeah.
Oh, do you still have them?
I don't know. I don't know if my mom does or doesn't. And I don't want to ask because I feel like that'll just open up a whole mess of drama because I told her specifically to throw everything away.
Now you're asking for stuff?
But I'm positive she didn't based on what their basement looked like when we visited them, because they moved from one house to another. And I'm like, they're like, we need you to come over and pick out all this stuff. I'm like, I'm not going to fly from Seattle to New York to tell you whether or not to throw away my Battle Cat. Like, just throw everything away. If I wanted it, I would have taken it with me. But I would like to, if they did keep it, I wouldn't mind grabbing it because I have some friends that are collectors.
And I'll
give them to my friends,
buddy.
That's what I mean. That's why I can't ask.
Yeah, you're sending mixed messages.
Next time I go visit them, I just gotta sneak out down to the basement and unbox everything and see if they kept all of my toys.
Yeah. I
feel like they did, but I don't know. And like you said, I'm sending mixed messages. So if I say, hey, Mom, did you keep that? And they didn't, it's never going to not be brought up. She's going to give me a hard time for years. And it's not worth the headache.
Yeah. I look forward to how this plays out.
I got to break in.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the only option.
Keep me posted. Keep me posted on the break-in.
All right. If you see me on the news because it's something I did in New Jersey, now you know why.
Yeah, there you go. I'm excited for this. Yeah. Here's a question for you. What do Ryan Castle and pineapples have in common? I'm going to tell you at 9:50 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW. And now, the Ryan Castle question of the day.
What do Ryan Castle and pineapples have in common?
Not actually an apple.
No, you're not, are you?
We have that in common.
I still contend that you are.
I feel he's more of a pomegranate.
One a day keeps the doctor away.
Oh, that's what it is.
One texter says that Danny doesn't like either near his pizza.
It's true.
Yeah.
And then the next text says Steve loves both on his pizza.
Oh, right.
Also true.
Okay. Yeah. There's
both are sweeter than Taryn's 12-pack. Hey.
Oh,
yeah, now we're talking.
There we go.
Yeah,
12-pack
take
wars.
that, Taryn.
There's a woman on TikTok who bought a bikini with little pineapple designs. She also got pineapple swim trunks for her husband, and they're like, hey, let's go. Let's match and be on vacation. And what she found out is people were being really, really nice to them, like just overly nice to them. And they're like, well, we're strangers, and they're strangers. What are they doing? Then she did a little research and found out that pineapples on your swimsuit means you're a swinger who's looking to hook up.
Really?
Good to know.
I had no idea.
If you carry your pineapple in your shopping cart upside down, that means you're a swinger.
Oh, come on, get out.
Or little pineapples on your mailbox or decorations in your house, swingers.
What if I carry my eggplant in my hand while shopping?
That just means you're a show-off.
Yeah.
Right. What if I just have a cart full of cucumbers?
Also show-off.
And lonely.
I feel like,
and
very
bored.
lonely. Very, very lonely. Ryan Castle, he's up next with the sweeter 12-pack.
BJ and Migs play of the day.
Why did you switch your loyalty or fandom?
I was a Chevy kid. My buddies had Chevys. They had like 63 Novas, Chevelles, Camaros. And then I got into junior high, in high school, and I fell in love with the Mustang. So
Dang,
now we're just a big Ford family.
Are you really a Ford family? Do you have the decal of Calvin relieving himself on the Chevy logo? Because otherwise, you're really not a Ford fan.
You're a poser otherwise.
On my Mustang, I have Calvin peeing on the Chevy logo.
There we go.
Called it.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. How much does bankruptcy cost?
Usually with my office, we do a flat fee that includes all your court costs, filing fees, credit counseling, credit reports, in one cost. In Chapter 13 cases, that usually starts at about $900. With Chapter 7 cases, the total cost, including all your court costs, attorney fees, is usually about $1,500. We offer payment plans on Chapter 7, so you can start a file with my office for as little as $200. You can send your creditor calls to us. We'll take your creditor calls while you gather up your information and make payments on the rest of the fees. With Chapter 13 cases, we can make payment arrangements in most cases as well and get your case filed even sooner in a Chapter 13 case because of the reorganization aspect to it.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.
Want to create a lifetime of memories this spring? Do you remember the joy of jumping as a child? If only there was a way your own kids could experience that same joy safely. Spring Free Trampoline has been engineered to eliminate 90% of product-related injuries. The Spring Free design boasts no springs and a flexible enclosure and proudly offers a 10-year warranty. That's peace of mind. Lock in your ultimate backyard safe space before summer arrives. Visit springfreetrampoline.com.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.